So I'm gonna make some beeswax wraps. So I need first to cut the fabric. I sometimes make round ones and other times I make square ones. These I'm gonna cut to squares. The easiest fabric that you can use is the ones that the pattern has a line that you can follow and make a straight cut. This is a bit harder, but you can almost see where you cut. The fabric should be 100% natural. This is 100% cotton, and the thinner the better. And just decide what size you want. I'm gonna cut it first in half. I'm using this kind of scissors that make a different kind of edge. I just try to find a pattern that I can follow. You could just cut it into any shape you like, but I noticed that the squares and the round ones are the easiest to use. Good to wrap your food into, because the beeswax is slightly antibacterial, so it's good to use with food. And you can just use any kind of fabric you have, like old t-shirts and no, not t-shirts, shirts with buttons. T-shirt a bit too elastic, or something like old men's shirts if they're thin enough fabric, or linen. That would be nice too. These are just leftover fabrics that I have. From this fabric I made some summer trousers for our daughter. I mostly use these for if I have food that's left over. I put it in the bowl and cover the bowl with these. I'm kind of a bit, what you could say, a fabric hoarder. I have different kind of fabrics that I first make clothes, and after that I use them in some craft. And this kind of factory side you could just leave. It doesn't gonna break from there easily, but I think it's nice looking when all the sides are the same. Now I'm gonna do the waxing part. So I'm making wraps from beeswax and cloths. I have bought this fabric for our daughter's summer trousers and dresses, and these are just leftover pieces. I cut them in rounds this time. You can do rounds or squares or what you like. I usually use this over some bowls, so round is nice for me. So you need an oven, fabric, beeswax. These are from my friend who has bees.
Yeah, you need a grater.
Yeah, grater if you buy it in blocks. You could also buy it in ready-made crumble, which is much easier to use, but I have these. I'm gonna use the old ones first. These are quite grated already.
Yeah.
You could also melt it in a kettle and just with a brush or something like that.
Yeah, like paint it.
Yeah, paint it on the fabric, or just dip the fabric in there.
Okay. The dipping sounds a bit extreme. It doesn't become too, how to say, concentrated with beeswax.
No, it's ready when it looks wet.
Okay.
So it's supposed to have much.
So it doesn't suck overly too much.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But I think there's too much wax that goes to waste when you
dip them.
Yeah, when you melt them in the pan.
Yeah.
Or
but you can scrape it away from the kettle, or is it very hard to get the beeswax out of the kettle?
Yeah.
So if you do this, yeah,
it's almost like a rock.
Yeah.
Just even it about. Now they go into the oven.
How hot is the oven?
110
degrees in Celsius, yes.
Yeah.
So I'll add the details in Fahrenheit.
Then just wait for it to melt.
Yeah. Maybe we should have just checked if they started to melt.
Yeah.
I will check too. And it smells kind of a sweet and bitter at the same time.
Almost like warm honey.
Yeah, just like warm honey. Especially that kind of, that's quite a solid. I think that's,
Crystallized.
yeah, crystallized honey. Yeah, smells just like it.
They need a bit more.
More wax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's dry spots. They need a bit more.
Yeah. Should that brushing be enough or not?
Maybe.
Okay. So it's enough that it looks wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More on the sides. Then just fry them flat. Doesn't take long.
Yeah, so you wait them to cool down on a flat surface, so
Yeah.
it's easy to stack them up for storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're dry.
Yeah, they're quite rigid.
Yeah.
But when you warm them in your hands, they will become much more flexible.
Yeah, then you can just mold them over the bowl or any food you like to wrap in.
Yeah.